How Braille is a revolution.
Braille revolutionized literacy for the blind and visually impaired. It was invented in the 1800s, created by Louis Braille, who lost sight at a young age due to a workshop accident. Braille is a 6-dot cell system. Fingers feel a whole cell in one touch. It was inspired by the military code night writing. Braille provides access to books, maps, education, and even music. Adaptation was slow, but after a while it was then taken into many languages and scripts as a global standard. It opened doors to professional opportunities. These opportunities were law careers, medicine, music, programming, and more. It broke the cycle of dependency. It also created more freedom for the visually impaired and blind. Listening wasn't the only option now, because they could read by themselves. Helen Keller used Braille. She said it was as vital as a printing press. Today it remains crucial for literacy.
Braille is a universally accepted system of writing used for the blind, consisting of a code of 63 characters, each made up of 1 to 6 raised dots arranged in a 6-position matrix or cell. Braille is hugely important to blind and visually impaired people as a method of accessing literacy and having the potential to promote intellectual freedom, equal opportunity, and personal security. Braille was developed by Louis Braille in France, the 1820s. His code continues to have a huge impact on the lives of blind and partially sighted people 200 years later. That's because the only system at the time for printing books for the blind was embossed lettering. Printers would carve wooden blocks into the shape of each letter reversed and press them into thick sheets of wax paper, resulting in rows of large raised print.
Helen Keller was born on June 27, 1880 in Tuscumbia, Alabama. At just 19 months old, she lost her hearing and sight due to an illness. Despite these challenges, Keller's intelligence and determination shone through. At the age of 7, she met her lifelong teacher and companion, Anne Sullivan, her partially blind teacher from the Perkins School for the Blind. Sullivan became Helen's instructor, mentor, and best friend. As a young girl, she formulated basic symbols to demonstrate her basic wants. With Sullivan guiding her, Keller, constantly amazed at the things around her, her vocabulary expanded and the world around her became increasingly more stimulating. It wasn't long before she encountered Braille. She learned to read and write using Braille, allowing her to access written materials independently. This method provided her with enhanced readability and the ability to write fluently, enabling her to become a prominent advocate for the deaf and blind community. Braille allowed her to have the right support to achieve remarkable accomplishments.
Louis Braille was an inventor and French educator. He was born on January 4, 1809 in France. After a workshop accident at a young age, he was blinded. Despite his accident, he excelled in school and studied at a school for the blind. He realized that the reading systems for the blind students were impractical. At 15, he developed a 6-dot cell system that was fast and efficient, used both for reading and writing. Also at this time, he presented it to his headmaster at the institute. It wasn't accepted quickly, but once it was, the world for the visually impaired was changed. After his death, his body was buried in his birthplace, but his hands were separated and put in a concrete box on top of his tomb.
Braille advanced music. An important advocate is Stevie Wonder. He has spoken on numerous occasions about the importance of Braille literacy for blind individuals, emphasizing that it offers far more than just the ability to read. It provides confidence, independence, and equal opportunity. Since Braille advanced music, visually impaired people can learn how to read it the same as any other. Another improvement was textbooks and resources for visually impaired children, giving equal opportunity for education.
Today, Braille remains a critical tool for literacy, independence, and employment for the blind and visually impaired. Today, there is modern technology such as refreshable Braille displays allowing users to feel what is on a computer or smartphone screen in real time, bridging the gap between digital and physical accessibility. Tactile aids like Braille make life easier for the millions of people who use it. So, Braille is a revolution because it revolutionized how the blind and visually impaired can access the world.